All right. How old are you?
21.
And what is self-confidence to you?
Uh, I would describe it as, I guess, how you feel about yourself.
Mm. And what are you the most confident about yourself? What do you feel yourself the most confident about, the most proud of yourself of?
That's a good question. Yeah, I guess how. Hmm, damn. I guess I'm most confident about how I perceive myself, regardless of what other people think.
The way you perceive yourself, do you think that's something that other people could tell about you? Or do you think that's something that's more internalized?
Internal, for sure.
Yep. Kind of making this video because um this is my first time checking in for the first time in, I think today's the 8th or the 9th, I think. Last time I checked in was, I think, the 3rd. And I kind of wanted to check in, but I also wanted my next video to be a bit more conceptual. The last video that I dropped was more of like a journal check-in thing, and I wanted this one to be a bit more conceptual, kind of like the first one. I like the concept pieces more, but I think the whole thing of this channel is to also be more authentic. And if I'm not feeling something conceptual or introspective on a day, then I shouldn't force myself to force up a concept. So I'm gonna just keep recording, checking in, and then when I find something introspective, I'll also do that too. But I have found something introspective to talk about, and it's kind of caused me to look at other people. The main topic of it is self confidence. I got back on Hinge. I've been on it for, I think, a week now. I got back on it, and to be honest, I don't feel the same addiction to it as I was before. I'm talking 6 months ago to like even 3 months ago. I don't feel the same need or addiction for it anymore, which is a very good thing. I think it's a very good thing because it's like, I think before it was kind of like I would look at myself like, oh, do women actually like fuck with me? I lost the weight, and part of me losing the weight was more like discipline, showing myself that I can, and also for health reasons. Obviously, it's also too like I want to look good and stuff, look good for myself, and also look good for people that are going to be attracted to me. So when I lost the weight and stuff, and then I was like, I'm contemplating like I think I'm fine having a girlfriend now. So I downloaded Hinge again, and then it was like kind of a mixed review where it's like, do girls like me? Do girls not like me? I don't know what's up. At that point, I wasn't really going to clubs too much, so I didn't know what to expect, etc. So it was kind of like a weird point for me in terms of self confidence, and I didn't know where to be because I was confident in myself being a better version than I was the year prior in terms of physically, mentally, emotionally, etc. I've obviously grown as a person, but like it was my first time in my life where like multiple women find me attractive, I guess, where it's like multiple women like a good amount of women are like looking at me, talking to me, etc., finding me attractive. Even though it's like on Hinge, and on Hinge is like it's a dating app, it's supposed to be that, but it kind of made me question what my self confidence is, where it lies, what causes my self confidence to boost, what causes my self confidence to go down, and just what am I confident about myself in. And if you ask me 6 months ago, it would probably give you a different answer. But for right now, my self confidence really lies in. I would say I'm a more shy person, to where like I um don't like bragging about certain things. I like bragging, but about certain things I don't like bragging about most things. I'm cocky sometimes, but not all the time. But like I said in the first video, I know I'm not a jackass. So I know I'm a good person, and that's something that I can be confident about. I know I'm a great listener, good person. I'm great with like family and like meeting people's families. Everybody's family that I know loves me and stuff. It's like, so I know I'm confident in those things. So I do have the self confidence where it's like I know I'm a good person. So I do have the self confidence where it's like I know I'm a good person, but more on top of that, I know certain things about me are better than other people. Um, it's like competitive. I'm pretty competitive. I'm also cocky about certain things. That's what I'm saying. I'm very self confident about how good I am at listening to people, being thoughtful. I'm super thoughtful. I can say that. But it's like it made me question myself. It's like, what am I confident about in myself? Do I look as good as other people? Am I somebody who people look at and find attractive? And then on top of that, it's kind of a mixture in terms of just talking to people in general. It's kind of a mixture between, like, for example, Hinge or Instagram is behind a screen, but on top of that, Hinge is specifically designed to date and talk to people that you might be attracted in. And you send the like away, and if they never text you back, they never text you back, they never like you, etc. You move on, you forget about them in a few days, maybe a day, maybe a few hours, etc. But going up to people in person, it's like you don't know if this person's looking for a date, So it's like I don't, I don't remember the last time that I don't think ever that I go up to a woman and say like, hey, like, I think you're attracted to this or whatever in person, because it's a mixture of things where it's like, do I have the self confidence to, like, I'm fine with taking rejection, but do I have the self confidence to even get the words out and stuff? I don't want to seem like a weirdo when I go up to women, so do I want to do it to myself? I also don't want to disrupt somebody if they're, what if they're dating somebody? What if they're not even looking to date? What if they're doing something important they don't want to? So it's like I just rather just internalize it, and it's kind of like not going balls, but it's also not being confident in myself. So I've been kind of looking for a way to boost my self confidence, and partially it's like looking at myself, journaling, writing down things that I know I'm proud of myself for, words of affirmation and stuff, words of to be thankful for, things to be thankful for, etc., and also things that I enjoy by myself. And it's kind of like seeking validation sometimes, but also people telling me that I'm good at this or that. That helps me be more self confident, because it's one thing for you to recognize it and tell yourself that you're good at this, but it's another thing to have other people tell you about it. So yeah, I don't think I would say I struggle with self confidence. I would say I just struggle with radiating the confidence with people that I don't know. I think I'm more self. I think I'm more confident in myself with people that I do know, but it's also familiarity. And if I'm not familiar with you, I'm probably gonna be shy. I'm a shy person in general, just kept to myself, quiet. But if I don't know you, I'm definitely not gonna like give off cocky, confident vibes. I'm just gonna be to myself.
How old are you?
I'm 24 years old.
And what is self confidence to you?
Self-confidence is, I think, obviously being confident within yourself, not seeking validation from but maybe I don't know. I think I get that people are always like, you're so confident, you're so confident. But I think maybe it's like I don't second guess like the things that I'm gonna say like to people, or like, yeah, I think that's why. Like they're like, that's a confident answer. And it's like, yeah, because that's truly how I feel. So
Okay.
maybe like not second guessing yourself. It doesn't even have to be like physically like confident. I think like you can also just be like mentally. You know what I mean?
Right. And what do you think, or what would you say you are the most confident about yourself? What's something that you're the most proud and confident about yourself of?
I think my personality, because I think it's just like so straightforward, and yeah, like those are good and bad things. They come with good and bad. For the most part, I don't really come across like blunt or straightforward people anymore. To each their own, but I think it's not a those are not like traits that you find often. So I think I'm confident like about that, my personality.
Yep. It's April 10th, 5:46 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Um, and kind of wanted to check in. I think yesterday the video was kind of cut short, but I want to kind of make a checklist, because I like making checklists. That way I get things done, and I'm gonna make sure to record myself doing each thing, or most of the things is things I don't want to be recorded, but you will see me do the things. So just off the checklist, right? Ready? I want to cut my own hair, make sure shave up and stuff, freshen up, cut my own hair. I want to scan all of the receipts that I have here, just sitting around. I want to work on the computer in terms of like make at least one or two posts for the real estate page, and I have to take all my vitamins. Have to um, huh, have to take all of my vitamins. Have to take my creatine. Have to eat my oats and stuff, right? Write all of those things down, and I want to read at least 3 chapters of my manga, and I'm gonna record all of that. Um, And then before going to sleep, I want to make sure to walk. And the reason why I'm doing this is just because these tasks are going to help me become more confident in myself. These are things that I think will boost my self confidence because it's like not only mentally but physically, but on top of that, it's also self accountability. So self confidence, self accountability, being accountable for my own actions, and also being confident in what I do. So we're gonna work on that. So first up, come out here. How old are you?
I am 20.
What is self confidence to you?
Self confidence to me is being sure of who you are in any situation and believing in yourself.
Do you feel like you have self confidence?
I feel like I'm working towards self confidence.
What are you the most confident about yourself?
I'm the most confident in my morals and who I choose to give my love to.
And what do you do that kind of boosts your self confidence or your self esteem?
What I do to boost my self confidence or self esteem is to know that the next day that I have a bad day is going to be a better day than the one I had that day.
Good morning. Good morning. It is 11:04, 11:05 p.m. or a.m. April 14th, 2025. All right, Dixie. Say something to the camera. Good talk, good talk, good talk. It's Monday, reset day for me, like in terms of like lock-in day for me. A lot has happened in the past 2 to 3 days. Yeah, went on a date Friday. I fucked with the girl a little bit. Saturday, showed some houses to a new lead, and also got a new car. Sunday, roommate's birthday, and also showed some more houses to that person. So I haven't had time to really rest, decompress, and reset. Kind of just been going the past 3 days, just going, going, going. Um, but yeah, I'm here to stretch before the gym. I'm going to the gym now in a little bit. Hi, mama. I'm here to stretch and kind of talk because I haven't talked to the camera in a few days now, and I feel like I need to just get some things out. So the topic of the video was about self confidence and self worth, and I feel like the car was something spontaneous. I don't really usually do spontaneous purchases, like in terms of big purchases. For me, a spontaneous purchase is like $30, which is, I mean, it's still a solid amount of money. You don't want to just spend like $40 here and there, but it's never like thousands of dollars. So that was something spontaneous. But I kind of just like want to have the confidence in myself to get it figured out, because I didn't trade in my car because it would have been higher monthly payment, and I also don't know 100,000% what I'm gonna do with that car, the second car, my old one. So I need to see what I'm gonna do. But I'm just planning on being confident in myself, being confident in my ability to grind, to work on myself. Now it's time to really grind, really lock in. Now, I'm gonna be paying some more money, but it's a car that I've wanted for a while. Oh shit! And hopefully it causes me to work harder and makes me feel like I need to earn my shit. Um, so I'm gonna work harder for it.
How old are you?
20. You're 20?
What what is self confidence to you?
Self confidence?
Yeah.
Oh, brother. I wish I knew. Self confidence? I'm not good at this. Damn. Self confidence to me, or self confidence like
What do you define
what?
self confidence as?
I guess loving yourself? Like waking up and liking what you see in the mirror.
Mhm.
Self confidence.
Do you think self confidence is just physical, or it could be internalized too?
For me, it's more physical, but I guess it could also be like, well, it's all mental, physical. I think it all ties together. But also self-confidence because like I'm not confident like walking into a place and like just like ordering food.
Mhm.
So I guess that could also be an example, which is less physical.
And what are you the most confident about yourself? Whether it's physical, mental, anything. Just something
Shit,
that
it's gonna be physical, and then I'm gonna sound like a narcissist. I'm gonna do physical
okay.
because I think it's easier, and it's my nose.
You're the most confident about your nose.
Yeah.
Do you think other people know that about you?
Maybe not. Did you know that? I don't know. That's my favorite part about myself.
Good afternoon. It's Tuesday, April 15th, 2:31 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The year is 2025. I haven't been really checking in as much as I said in the last clip. It's just been such a, what's it called? Such a stressful / occupied / etc. Week and a bit. Like I said, new car and this, that, the other. Working a lot, etc. But wanted to check in and also talk about self confidence and self appreciation again, and just trauma as a whole. I think trauma is what really makes or breaks us as people. Makes or breaks you in terms of like it's who you are as a person. You go through things, and I mean, sadly, a lot of people go through trauma and such things. We could all wish that it didn't happen, but sadly, it does happen. Some of these traumatic experiences make or break you. Um, I wouldn't say I have like 100% trauma or anything. I would say I have like my things here and there, kind of more triggering than trauma. Um, or not triggering, but just like it brings me back to a time where I don't want to be or think about things I don't want to think about. But it kind of just makes or breaks you, and um, it sucks to see somebody get triggered by something that they can't control, that they didn't control, that they didn't want to happen, and it happened, and that's going to stay with them for a while, possibly even forever. And sure, it can maybe go away a little bit. It can not get triggered as easily, or you just learn to live with it. Sure, maybe even you find a way to just get rid of it completely. It doesn't trigger you again. But trauma is everywhere, and sadly, it's the world that we live in, where there's a lot of shitty people in the world, and it causes you to get traumatized by things, shitty experiences, shitty people, shitty places, shitty things, and it sucks. In terms of confidence, I would say I'm definitely more confident in myself than a few months ago. 100, 200 times more confident in myself than probably a year and a half ago, 1 year and a half ago. Confident in who I am, confident in myself, etc. But I think there's areas of myself that need help with self confidence and need to grow in terms of self confidence. I would say one of the big areas that I need to grow in self confidence is knowing that I'm a good person. I'm not the best person, but I'm definitely not the worst person nowhere near. Knowing that I'm a good person and being able to talk to people and portray. I know I'm not a bad person, so I just need to have that confidence to be able to talk to people and show that I'm not a bad person. It's not like me putting up an act, but I feel like sometimes I just avoid doing certain things because I'm scared of coming across as something that I'm not. For example, as I said in the first video, or I don't even know if I said it, but just as I said, like talking to women and stuff, I oftentimes avoid it. Not because I'm scared of rejection. If you reject me, you have something going on, that's cool. I understand it. Thank you for letting me know. Have a good day. But I would hate to come across as just a weirdo when I know I'm not a weirdo. Um, so I just avoid it, mind my own business, etc. I want to have that self confidence where, and it's not just about women, it's about everything in life. I want to have that self confidence where it's like, I know who I am, and I'm not scared to be perceived as something that I'm not. You know, obviously, I don't want to be perceived as something I'm not. So, like, for example, in careers and stuff, I don't want to be perceived as somebody who is unprofessional when I know I'm professional. I don't want to be perceived as somebody who is uninformed when I am informed. I don't want to be perceived as somebody who is unorganized when I am organized. sometimes. And in terms of like talking to women and stuff, I don't want to be perceived as somebody who is. I don't want to be perceived as somebody who's a weirdo or who is kind of making awkward, weird advances, etc. Because I know I'm not a weirdo. I know I'm just a regular guy. Rejection is fine. This, that, whatever. We're just humans. So I think I need to definitely work on having the self confidence to know who I am and be able to show who I am without being worried about being perceived as something else. Because it's like, if I know who I am and I know what I'm not, why am I scared of being portrayed? Why am I scared of being perceived as something that I am not? How is that even going to happen? And then on top of that, I also have to have the self confidence where if I am perceived as that, I know I'm not that. So it's kind of like two things, I guess. But I just, you know, hate to have the wrong idea on me. Because even though I want to say, like, oh, I don't care about what people think, I, I'm kind of in the business of caring about what people think. The public opinion, even though it's not like I'm a famous celebrity or whatever, but the public opinion and perception of somebody. For example, if I sell the house to somebody and they don't like it, something came wrong, they lost a lot of money, etc. That public perception means that I did my job wrong. And then on top of that, it means that I'm not going to get business from this person and everybody else that they know. Because if this one person tells 10 people that he's not a good realtor, word might spread, this or whatever. So I would just hate to do a bad job. And then, since I'm in the business of public perception and being a public person, being, somebody who has to speak to people every day, I don't want to be perceived the wrong way. Even though I don't care about perception outside of work as much as I do care about it during work, I am still caring about perception. I think a big factor in me not caring about perception as much as I did a year and a half ago is going to the gym and, of course, looking better than I did a year and a half ago. It's also, apart from looking better than I did a year and a half ago, it's also knowing that I'm not just doing some random bullshit at the gym. Like, oh, I know what I'm doing, this or whatever. There's times where maybe I'm doing the form a little bit wrong and I need to fix it, but it's not like, oh, somebody's looking at me. Nobody's looking at me. And if somebody's looking at me, they're not gonna say anything anyways. Because I look at people at the gym. I judge. Sometimes. I judge in terms of like, come on, bro. You're not supposed to be doing all of that. But I don't judge people who are like maybe a little bit bigger looking, because that's the reason why we're all there for, to love ourselves and make a version of ourselves that we love. So it's just the gym is like, nobody's gonna tell you nothing, this or whatever. I mean, if somebody tells you something, it's like they're a shitty person. But nobody's gonna tell you nothing. I'm here doing my shit. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and laugh at you and clown you about this, that, whatever. No, you're doing your shit. I look at you, okay, and I just continue about my day. Everybody's doing their own shit, so it's like learning that and experiencing that at the gym. It has helped me know that I'm not supposed to be as scared of perception as I used to be. Apart from that, I always talk about how when I first started going to the coffee shop, and I would sit down, open my laptop, I would be like nervous, itchy, almost sweating because I'm in a public place doing my own thing, and I'm scared about if people are looking me behind my back. It has happened so many times. Apart from that, also going out, going to the movies by myself, doing things by myself, going out to eat by myself. It's like I was so scared of being looked at, being perceived. And now it's not that I don't care about perception, but I don't care about how people perceive me if it's like in a way that I know that I'm not. So it's like, it's kind of like hypocritical about what I said earlier. But for example, I would say that broad statement is kind of hypocritical what I said before. But right now, what I'm talking about is more so like if I'm going out to the movies or going out to eat by myself, and I am people look at me and think, "Oh, you're a weirdo." I'm here enjoying my own company, enjoying myself. I'm here to enjoy a movie, enjoying some food. I don't think I'm a weirdo for that. So it's like I know what I'm not, and I need to apply that self confidence to other factors in life in terms of career and just making it up. Not only just like advances to women, but also just making friends. I don't think like I've gone to up to. I'm scared to talk to certain people at the gym because I don't want to be perceived as like this like weirdo who's just talking to people. No, I'm just here to make friends, here to talk to people. So there's parts of self confidence where I've gotten better, and there's parts of self confidence where I need to grow, and that's self reflection, I guess. How old are you?
I am 20. I almost forgot when you asked.
What is self-confidence to you?
Self-confidence is being your truest self regardless of any outside factors.
Okay. And what are you the most confident about yourself? Whether it's
Damn.
internal, external, anything.
Probably my ability to, what's the word, perform under pressure. I'll
Okay.
put it that way.
Okay. Yep. It's Tuesday, April 22nd. Tuesday, April 22nd, 12:27 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I didn't release a video last week. I've been the past 2 times that I released a video was like one after the other, 1 week after the other. And then I missed last week. I don't really want to make it a scheduled thing. It's more like a when I'm feeling a thing. And this past week I've just not been feeling the best. But I think it all goes well with the subject material. I'm getting ready for the gym right now. I just finished recording a video, editing a video for real estate. But that being said, I think that the best thing that I could have done for this video at least was to hold it until the whirlwind stopped. The entire whirlwind, I don't even know the last time I recorded. The entire whirlwind was I got a car, not this Saturday, just passed because today's Tuesday, but the Saturday before that. Got a car Saturday. People in my family were really happy about it. I was happy about it. It's a car that I've wanted for a while. I've always wanted an Audi, um, and I got it. You know, and people weren't really happy about it, but whatever. Then there was a whirlwind of like, what am I gonna do with my other car because I didn't trade it in, this, that, whatever. Then when I finally found the solution, I think I finally found a solution Thursday or Wednesday. I think it was Thursday. So it's like, oh my god, finally found the solution. I'm gonna go. You know, after that, I went to go get my my oil change, my windows tinted. When I finished my oil change, something was happening with the battery, and then I went to go take it to get the windows tinted. Windows tinted, perfect. The windows are tinted. Then the battery is still blinking, so I'm gonna go take it to the Audi. Was driving to the Audi, and then transmission failure was on the side of the road until like 11 something. Took it to the Audi. The Audi wasn't accepting it because it's overnight. Apparently, I thought they had overnight check-in. They don't. So um, this that whatever, and then they had to take it to a nearby yard. I drove home really quickly, showered and everything, and then went out again. Then the next morning, the people that towed my car said that they would take it to the Audi at 9. By 11:30, that shit hadn't left their yard. So I called like, hey, they said they would do it at 9. It's 11:30. It hasn't moved yet. No, they're saying that they already did it. Call the dealership. Call the dealership. Hasn't moved yet. No, we haven't gotten it. So I called them again. No, they said that it wasn't their fault, that you had to open another ticket. So I opened another ticket. I opened it at like 11, 12. It finally got picked up around 2:15. Car got picked up around 2:15. They took it to the Audi around like 2:30, 3 p.m. And then they said that they would get a diagnostic by Monday. And all of this happened this past Friday. So Monday, yesterday, got a diagnostic. I was stressing the whole weekend. It's like, oh, I don't have a car. What am I gonna do? What if I have to pay for it? I just got this car. It's under warranty, so we're good. The point is, a lot of whirlwind this past week. Life has kind of calmed down now after a crazy week. And I try to tell everybody, don't make any irrational decisions just because of a bad day, a bad few days, a bad week, maybe a bad week or two. So I try to just keep a level head. The only thing I didn't keep a level head about was stress eating. I stress ate a lot. Ate a lot, a lot, a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. I don't know if it's really noticeable. I think it is. But I stress ate a lot. And it got to a point where I said, what's the point of eating healthy? I'm fine with my body how it is. I'll just eat whatever I want and keep working out. That's a lie. I'm not fine with my body how it is. I'm getting there. I'm very happy with the progress I've made, but I'm not exactly the happiest. But finally, calm down now. Get back to work. Get back to the grind. Get back to real estate. This, that, whatever. Grind, because now I have a car that I fully have to pay for. Before I was getting help by my mom. Now I fully have to pay for it. I'm not scratching. I'm just literally just fidgeting. Fully have to pay for it. And this past week kind of really attacked how much confidence I have in myself. Really tested it, not attacked it, tested it. Because how much confidence I have in myself. The reason why I got the car is because I'm confident that I could work towards being able to pay that car and much more. I have the confidence in myself. Now it's time for me to prove it to myself. And to be honest, this past week I kind of have proved it to myself that I can have that drive to push myself to achieve more. Now it's about continuing to have that drive and not just, being content with just a 1 week drive. And yesterday, I feel like I had that drive. Today, waking up, edited the video, about to post it. It's a real estate video. I think I have a good drive. So I'm gonna work towards it, have the confidence in myself to really just putting on, like, gambling on myself, putting all the chips on myself, saying that I'm not gonna go broke or pay this car out of my savings. I'm gonna work for it. I'm gonna work to achieve more than that. And that's me putting the confidence in myself, having the self-confidence in my ability to grind, to work hard, to achieve, to go above what I'm doing right now. You know, I think it was RDC, maybe it was Mark or somebody that said that every time that they achieve something, they move to a different house, a bigger house, or they got something that they was more expensive. Not because it's like, oh, I have the money and I have to flaunt it, but more so putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation where you have to work hard. So it's like never getting comfortable. Oh, I have all this money now. I could just chill with this house that I already have, that I could already afford more than that. No, let me go to a different house that I can't afford right now to make myself work harder to be able to afford it. Is what I think RDC said. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Mark said that or not. I think that was something along the lines of what he said. Maybe I'm just confusing with somebody else. I am a huge believer in making yourself uncomfortable and putting the pressure on yourself to make yourself into a diamond. I think this car situation has made me very uncomfortable, and now I don't have the time to be comfortable as much as I did before. You know, everybody always said like, "Oh, you're unemployed, you're unemployed." Which I was unemployed, but now I have to employ myself because that's what real estate is. It's self-employment. But on top of that, I have to find ways to hustle on the side as well. Hustle, 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 this, whatever. Really just not putting myself in situations to be comfortable. I have to become uncomfortable. I have to do things that I wouldn't do that makes me uncomfortable, but I have to do it. And that's what I'm going to do. And I have the confidence in myself to do so. How old are you?
I'm 19.
Okay, what is self-confidence to you?
I guess. Okay, so a couple years ago, I'd probably say it's just being comfortable in your own skin, and I'd still say that's true. But what I've come to realize is, because I think about myself, and I do judge people. I do get very strong first impressions, and I think that's normal. But I think it's about understanding that people will judge you, because I know I'll judge people, and I know vice versa, and it's normal. So I think getting to a point where I think comfortable in your own skin is a good way to put it. But I'd also say understanding that you will be judged, and just, I guess, having peace with that. Because I used to care a lot about what other people think. I think a lot of people care about what other people think, and that can affect your self-esteem. But I just think understanding that you will be judged and not letting that affect how you act, and letting that dictate your personality and anything like that.
Mm-hmm. What are you the most confident about yourself, whether it's personal or like personality or physical?
I think I'm I don't know about confident, but I'm proud of I feel like I'm somebody that people that at least I'm close to can talk to and open up to and confide to. I think that brings security with myself. And I guess it reassures me that I think I'm a good person.